Hey guys, I wanted to make a short video to talk about something that I kind of reflected on recently today. I mean, I have these thoughts sometimes, but I wanted to talk about the progression in which veganism has progressed. It feels like in the last couple of years things have really sped up as far as like how fast veganism has caught on. The type of alternatives that are now available that were not there when I went vegan. I went vegan in 2007 and I was 14 at the time, and I think the only vegan things that I had was tofu cream cheese. That was back when I called it tofuddy because I had never heard of it before. I literally just stumbled across it at a store here. I don't even know what store it was. We didn't have any type of like natural market where I was. I had Food for Less, which was basically, I guess, Kroger to what the rest of the states has. I don't know what that would be in other countries, but it was basically like a Kroger store or the Kroger chain. It was called Food for Less, and then we had like Smith's, which is like Ralph's in California, or Kroger also throughout the states. Stores like that. I don't know exactly what the store chain was, but that was it. And then we had like Walmart, of course. Target didn't have food yet. Like, you didn't have any of that stuff. The things that I had that were vegan items that I came across were... The only things that I saw when I first went vegan was West Soy Milk, and it was in boxes. It was only dry milk. It wasn't even the kind that you find in the refrigerated section. The other thing that we had was tofu. Just tofu, nothing, no fancy meal. Morningstar was like my main brand, and Boca. When I went vegetarian, the main brand that I used was Garden Burger. That was a brand, I don't even know if they're still around, but that was a huge brand for vegetarians. But when I went vegan, I realized I couldn't eat Garden Burger anymore, so I was like, what the hell am I gonna eat now? So I became, pretty much, I just ate a lot of like rice, beans, tortillas, pasta, just nothing special. Very boring. But still vegan nonetheless. It was very limited things. It was sad. I would get super excited by like the slightest thing that I would see that was new. Like, I found tofu cream cheese and I freaked out because I was like, oh my god, this is vegan, this is wow. And I almost didn't believe that it was vegan. I saw on the label it said it, but I still was thinking, how can you make something vegan that is cream cheese? How do you make a vegan cream cheese or a vegan sour cream, which is the next thing I had found by Tofu a couple months later. And I remember just thinking, oh my god, I'm so lucky I have all these things. And it was literally just two things pretty much. One other thing that I did find when I went vegan that I was super excited about was a thing called soy rizo. And I lived off of soy rizo. Like, it was, oh my god, it was a vegan chorizo. So it's basically Mexican, and it can only really be used as like taco meat or something. So I basically ate a lot of that if I wanted something different. I would sometimes eat, like, my mom would make a lot of different creations, like casseroles and stuff that would be vegan to support what I was doing, and it was awesome. But once again, we had like nothing back then, at least where I was, and I'm in Las Vegas, which has a lot of vegan stuff in the grocery stores here. But every time I went to like California, oh my god, I was just amazed by how many vegan things were there. And then as time progressed, it came to Vegas and we started getting a lot more stuff here. We still don't really have a lot of restaurants yet, but it's building. And that's what made me want to do this video. I wanted to say how far things have come since, just in the last like 8 or 7 years, just in the last 4 years alone, has incredibly progressed, like in ways I never thought it would have progressed. For example, we now have multiple brands of vegan cheese to choose from. When did that become a thing? And we have multiple types of vegan milk to choose from. There's hemp, there's soy, there's almond, there's coconut, there's walnut, there's cashew. I mean, there's so many types out there now, and it's so weird to see. So we have so many different types of alternatives now. We have multiple types of vegan meat now. Like, we don't just have Boca, we don't just have Morningstar, we have Gardein, we have Beyond Meat, we have Light Life, we have just all these like big brands now of vegan meat alternatives, vegan cheese alternatives, so many things. There's so many things now. It blows my mind. To sum all this up, I just wanted to say there's been so much progression, and if I wouldn't change anything about how I went vegan and how I transitioned, because I'm glad that I did it with almost no options, because it kind of just makes me think, wow, you know, I had a lot of dedication and I still do to this day. Even if we didn't have all these alternatives, I would still probably be living off of soy miso, and I'd be okay with it. I mean, I'd want more alternatives, but I'd make do with it. So with how much progression has happened, I feel that this really does mean something. We even have vegan seafood now. I mean, I'm never going to touch that shit, but we have it. It's there. There's vegan, any type of meat you could pretty much think of, they veganize, which blows me away. We even have vegan butcher shops. As weird as that sounds, that is a thing. It's just been so much progression, and it just blows me away, honestly, because I never thought I'd see things like that. But like 2011, I feel like things really sped up a lot. Once Gardein came out, I feel like so many brands became competitive and started coming out. And then Silk, of course, when they made their vegan, you know, soy milk and all that stuff, that just started a storm of so many more products coming out, and I'm just so amazed by that, because now there's so many brands. I couldn't even try and name some of the brands because there's just countless amounts. There's so many brands now for vegan milk, vegan ice cream, cream cheese, sour cream, I mean whipped cream, there's even vegan gelatin. I mean, there's vegan everything. Almost everything has been veganized. I don't know what hasn't been veganized, but it's a very small list of things that have not been made vegan yet. I love seeing that. That's just such a great progression. And I think that that really does mean a lot. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I just am amazed by the progress that's been made. It makes veganism so much more attainable now that there are all these things that can be substitution for when you're transitioning from eating an omnivorous diet to a vegetarian or vegan diet. I do think veganism is the optimum choice. It's the best choice. But, you know, I started off as a vegetarian before I went vegan eventually, you know, and I feel like a lot of people do that. But it just kind of proves how much easier things are now and how much more possible it is. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next video.